we've got this left to unbolt. I just sprayed nuts lube on it. And this cover, one bolt over there. Don't mind the garbage in the back of this truck. It's been sitting for a while storing parts. And this one here, there's one more at the very front that you can't see. It's underneath the box. I'll just bring the camera in there and show you guys. And then we've got to get this cab off so that we can repair these rotted floors and build a new floor brace. As you can see, that's pretty disgusting there. Yeah, right. Hang on a bit and I'll go into the truck. Okay, so I don't know if you all can see that. Oh, that bolt that's up in there. Anyways, it's not user friendly. A lot of tough one to get out. The nut was the worst. Okay. Okay, out you go. Come on now. Don't be like that. Come on. Don't be a Pinocchio. What an ugly job. You can't get a ratchet in there. Can't get a big wrench in there, hardly. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, so mice had moved into this truck in here as well, so we'll have to give them a little bit of an eviction notice. The box is unbolted, and we can lift the box off shortly. All right, stay tuned. All right, so let's see. We got to do brake lines, like I thought, new fuel lines, all new fuel lines. Change the rotted exhaust pipe. Lots of cleanup on this frame to do, and she should be good after that. All right. Well, just another day of poor investments and bad decisions on this truck. Maybe I should have kept the power wagon, would have been done by now. Look, more spray foam. But on a positive note, I can cut all that crap out and clean it up and start to weld it in. On a better note, it does have a floor now. I had to I found more rot as I was putting the floor pan in. So yeah, it's coming. Most of it's welded in. There's some more welding to do and then blend it in. And that part will be resolved. Anyways, I call it a day here and go over. Initially we cut it out thinking we were good, and then we set the floor pins in to butt weld it, and then I realized as I started buffing it up the floor was disappearing. Yeah, it would be easier to find another cab if you could find an 81 and up cab, but then it's not the same truck because it's different VIN numbers, etc., etc. And the point of rebuilding the truck is to rebuild what you have if possible. I believe this is still savable. We're gonna order whatever we can find that we can make fit for this truck for floor bracing. They don't make them for this truck, so everything you gotta make for yourself other than floor pans and rockers and stuff like that. I'm not going to the States to buy a cab. There's other trucks out there, but they're 80 and older, and then it's not my dad's old truck, right? So that's why we're redoing this one. It looks like crap now. When it's done, it'll be done properly. It won't look like a scrapyard recipient. This truck, when it was sold in the 90s, didn't look like this. It was mint. My dad had restored it, hired a guy to do it. I painted at a shop. Unfortunately now it was badly abused, so we have to badly unabuse it. All right, I'm gonna get ready to blast this with the Blastomatic 9000. A quick grind down with a wire wheel. Just gonna hit it with the rust converter, and then tomorrow we'll finish the weld on the driver's side, make a floor brace, 2 floor braces, put another patch up there and weld that in, and then we'll start down there tomorrow and then wrap up that part and then do the upper part by the firewall, bring the cab forward and start stripping that and grinding all that down. Alright, so we cut that rotted section out in the bottom corner there, and I made a little cab support brace there. More I'm going to do up there. And then see how time goes. I'll be starting over on that side over there, and yeah, replacing all that crappy metal on the bottom there. I'm just going to cut the whole section out because it's pretty much toast. No point trying to weld to rock. Alright, so we got that side patched up. Then I've got to go focus up there and repair that. A lot of this truck was pretty rotted, but trying to find a cab for 81 and up is just about impossible. So we're having to fix what we have. A lot of parts we've bought from BJ's. It might look rough now, but once I grind it, it won't look so bad. And then I've got the back of the cab to fix. Then we can start on the fun stuff, like putting another brace right there, and then repairing the top of the cab. I put screws in to hold it together until I get up there, grind it, rod out, and weld some new pieces in. Obviously, it's a lot of work. Makes a fella appreciate body shops. We're not a body shop here, we're just a hobby. So yeah, we got a lot of cleanup to do. Can't take the windshield out till after the cab's sitting back down. Alright, so the Gladiator now has a floor again. Oh, what a lot of work that was. To let the paint dry and look, see if I missed any spots and touch her up in the morning. Alright, thanks for watching. We'll be posting more videos real soon here. So we're gonna get the rest of the frame to look like that. Obviously I gotta fix these cab mounts or replace them. The challenge is gonna be to find out where to replace them at. Motor and transmission are fine. Gonna need a clutch at some point. Fuel lines are gonna have to come off, get replaced. Same with the brake lines, which I have from the BJ's off-road. We'll get started on this and see how far we make it here today before we call it end of year. Alright. I'll start the definitely just scaled things. Just do some primer on it because apparently I have a leak up in my carport all of a sudden. I think the drains aren't working. And down in here, I have to cut that out, weld the piece in. That's a inner support that they put on these frames. And then fish plate the heck out of it, I guess. Okay, so I give the frame a quick touch of paint like I was saying. I'm gonna try to save these cab mounts without having to buy new ones. I'll see how that works out. Worst comes to worst, so I'll cut them off and order a set from BJ's. All right. So the heater core's off. I just need to clean all this up and prime it, and then we can paint the firewall shortly. All right, after we clean up the divots. Alright, so you can see the flywheel looks just darn pretty. I'm going to get this one turned and keep it as a spare. I'm check, make sure the other one fits first. Here's the clutch. As you can see, she gone. She done, yeah. Cleaning up the belt housing right now. I'll pop that puppy off. I'm going to clean all that up, make it look nice. Check the rear seal while I'm at it, and then finish. Then I've got to get that cross member off. I've got to fix it, and I've got to put the new transmission mount under because she's torn under there, and that's really going to do us not very much at all. All right, I'll be back in a moment, but that's where I'm at. I just find it's easier for me to just pull the parts off and then explain to you what I've done. I hit those with an impact, cordless impact, because it was quicker than trying to fight the motor from turning. All right, I'll be back shortly. I haven't torqued this yet. It's just installed. It'll be torqued shortly. I already sprayed it down, got all the packing stuff off it. I'm going to check the manual. I believe I saw it said 110 foot-pounds of torque, and then I'll be installing the clutch and pressure plate, pilot bearing. But it's coming along. There's only a certain way it fits on there as well. So anyways, I started taking the valve cover off, and I can't believe how clean after all these years it still is in there. I mean, it sat most of its life, so I'm a little shocked. Anyways, I'm gonna get back to cleaning said valve cover right away and putting gasket on said valve cover and re-putting her back on and calling her good. And then I'll go to the other side. Then we can put the water pump on, which we just received. It's somewhere around here. And I put the bolts in a magnetic thing over there, and then we'll carry on. Alright, so new clutch fan's on finally. I haven't put the new cap and rotor on yet, but I will be. Alternators bolted in, heater hoses are on. Yeah, and I put the car back on. That car's going to be changed as soon as I get to the new one. Then I got to remember the second fuel line goes in a filter. I'll look it up in the manual. Tomorrow, shocks. I got the nut off that one. I tried to do the bottom one, but I think I strained my face. So I'm going to go cool off from the heat, and yeah, and then come back at it again. So I picked this beat up fender, inner fender, up in another one, because the ones I had were too rough. I can fix those up. Here's one of the fenders, and over there are the other two parts. And I did some repairs, and then did some priming. Obviously we've got a bit more to do yet. Then I'm gonna start on the back of the cab, probably real quick. If not today, it'll be later today, or it'll be tomorrow. Anyhow, that's that for now. Stay tuned. Alright, so as you can see, there's a bit of rot there I gotta fix. So I'm gonna get that done right now, and then I'm gonna fit the rockers, which have a little bit different shape than I expected, but whatever, we'll make it work. Alright, we've got updates. I was trying to save that piece, but I think that piece is going to have to get food barred somewhere else. And I got to make a piece for that. Then I have to dig all that extra spray foam out of there. Isn't that just great? Yeah, that's what I thought too. Anyways, never spray foam your vehicles, guys. I'll show you where we're at after we cut this last bit of rod in. Alright, so the rocker is placed on. I put the seam sealer on, I got a little bit of welding to do. Then I'll cut and fit that piece, and then I'll do the cab corner. Then the more enjoyable stuff can start. And I'll be back to you shortly. So there's the color we want to use. I applied some clear coat to make it shiny. I just finished the rocker panel, put some rocker guard on it. Yeah, it didn't turn out too bad actually. Tomorrow I'll throw some primer on that. And then we'll inch along, an inch along. And I like slow cooking enchilada. And then we got to get to that side. I think I'm gonna repair this up to here. Then I'm gonna call it a done day. My next day is off. I'm gonna change the oil in there, fix that little liney thing there, and clean up the cab nut that's here, and then we can set the cab down, and then we can start this, because right now presently it's in the way. Alright, we'll be back.